Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World and welcome to Tudor Timber. In this video I want to talk about my Tudor doll collection. So these dolls I've spoken about briefly before, but I want to talk to you a bit more about them in greater depth. So I have here 3 of the Tudor dolls which are part of the Royal Heritage Collection, and I recently acquired another one which I'm going to share with you in a little bit, which is going to add to my collection. Now, a little bit of background about how I acquired these before I show you them in more depth. So I was in town with my mum, and we went into a charity shop, which was a furniture charity shop, and it's quite long. And as soon as I walked in, I've got quite good eyesight, I saw these dolls right at the back on top of like a glass cabinet. I was like, oh, they look like historical dolls. And I was walking close and I was like, oh, they look like Tudor dolls. And when I got up close, I realised they were 3 of the 6 wives of Henry VIII. And I saw they were £25 each, and I was umming and ahhing whether to get any of them. You know, I thought, oh, they're beautiful, but they're big. I think they're like 13.5 inches, something like that. They're quite big. And they're not like dolls that you can play with. They're porcelain. They've been made by a specific artist. You know, these are ones that are, you know, you need to look after type of thing. And I was like, where would I put them? I don't think my shelves are big enough. There's only 3 here. I'd prefer if I got them all. I'd want all 6 of them. And so I was like, oh, I'll walk away. And so I walked away. I walked out the shop. And as soon as I walked out the shop, I got on my phone and I was just like, oh, let's have a look. And I had a look online and I could only find one. And it was in, at the time, I think it was in America, for like $200 or whatever. And I was like, oh, they're not easy to get your hands on. So I went back in. Money at the time was a little bit tight, so I was just like, oh, I'll just get one. And I was umming and ahhing which to get. And I actually originally ruled out Anne of Cleves. Not because I don't love Anne of Cleves. I love Anne of Cleves. But because I was just going off complete vanity of which I think looks prettiest. Catherine Howard had a lot spent on her clothes. She made sure that her outfits were pristine. She really did. She was the height of fashion, absolutely. And this is shown in this dress. It's stunning. The Catherine Parr one I also thought was beautiful. I loved the botanical side of it. And I eventually decided, because I couldn't decide vanity-wise between the 2, I loved the flowers, but I loved the kind of jacquard, brocade kind of exuberance of this one. In the end, I went for Catherine Parr just because I live near Catherine Parr, in comparison to Catherine Howard. So Catherine Howard is, her body rests at St Peter at Vigler, which is inside the Tower of London, and Catherine Parr is laid to rest at Sealy Castle, which is in Gloucestershire, which is much closer to me. So that's why I went off. I go and visit Sealy Castle once every couple of years, and have done since I was a little girl, and will continue to until I'm no longer here. So yes, that's completely what I went off in the end. And so I took Catherine Parr up to the till, and the woman said, oh, so you're only getting one? I said, yes, I can't afford the others. And she said, well, of course, if you get all 3 of them, I'll do you a deal. And my mum was like, oh, how much? And she said, oh, I'll do you the 3 for 50. And my mum said, well, I haven't got you a Christmas present yet, so Merry Christmas. And then I walked out the shop with them, and just like beaming ear to ear. And she said, well, I don't want to wrap them. Here you go, have them now. So ever since we saw them, I've had them up, and I love them so, so much. They were a complete bargain at £50 for 3 of them. And I loved them all. I really, really love them. They're very, very special. So these are done by an artist. They're from the year 1990. And what I love about each of them is how much detail has gone into their appearance. So Anne of Cleves is in traditional German dress. It looks heavy, you know, it doesn't look the fashions of the English Tudor court. It's still beautiful in these fabrics, but it isn't as traditional as what we're perhaps used to with the other queens. Wives, I should say. They weren't all queens. With Catherine Howard, we're in this beautiful blue, dark, with this light blue and this silver. She looks the height of fashion. I always think of Catherine Howard as like the leader of the group of, you know, like girls in high school, she would be the leader of the pack. That's Catherine Howard. Her dress is stunning. And then Catherine Parr, she was the most painted of Henry VIII's wives. She always looked good, looked presentable. She looked like a queen, shall we say, and she really does in this outfit. Again, she's looking the height of fashion, but she also looks very modest and regal. She looks sensible. She looks the height of fashion, like she can, you know, afford these wonderful, beautiful, ornate dresses that, let's be honest, that would have taken a long time to make, and I think it's stunning. Now, I haven't been on the hunt, eager beaver, so to speak, to find the others in the collection, simply because I don't have room. So on this shelf, I have shelf space for like one more, but that would be it. And then this shelf, to kind of carry it on the line to say put the other three, it's not tall enough. So I'd have to completely kind of like rearrange these shelves or find somewhere else to put them. I mean, ideally I wouldn't have these on them shelves, just because I think the books behind, which are the Alison Weir 6 Tudor Queens series, I think those books are really pretty. And it's a shame that I can no longer see them. But if I do have to pick, obviously I think the dolls are prettier, so hence why they're in the foreground. So I haven't actively been looking for the other three. And then one day I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a little quick snoop online. I do every now and then. Often no luck. But this time I had luck. And this one doll cost me more than all these three. So this doll cost me $49.95 or something like that, plus postage. I mean, postage was only £3, but still. You know what I mean? It ended up being, I paid just over, I think I paid £52 something, where I got all three for 50. They were the bargain of the century. Now, I will still say this was still a bargain, because you can still buy these dolls, by the way. These dolls are the original ones from 1990, but you can still buy them on the Royal Palaces shop. They are £250 each. I will not pay £250 for a doll. That just breaks my soul. So, yes. But here we have it. This one came in the box. Now, the box has been a little bit sun damaged because it's gone a little bit yellow and it's gone quite brittle. And I don't know how well you can see that, but it broke in transit. But I'd rather the box break than she break, so to speak. So, came in the original box. I don't know what I'm going to do with the original box, because with her in the original box, she's too tall. Also, she came with, which I think was quite interesting, she came with this. This is Brenda Price porcelain dolls. Brenda Price is the artist of these dolls. And then we have a little bit about each of the 6 wives, which I think is really interesting. Just a little bit about them. Not what I would kind of say is how I feel about them. It's very much, I suppose, the typical view, the old-fashioned view that we had of these women. But anyway, let me stop waffling and show you her, because she is stunning. Now, unlike the others, she's not in her wrapping. I haven't decided what to do about these. Please let me know what you think, if I should take them out or not, because I have to say this one isn't in her wrapping and she's absolutely stunning. So welcome, Jane Seymour. I really wanted Jane Seymour to be the next one that I collected if I did, because then I'm collecting them but backwards. So I've gone Catherine Parr, Catherine Howard, Anna Cleese, Jane Seymour. And then of course I'm just left with 2 to go. So here we have Jane Seymour. She is beautiful. She's exactly the same as the others, same height, but of course not in her original wrapping. She being out means that I can actually, like, she's tangible, I can feel her, and it's so exquisite the amount of work that's gone into this porcelain doll. So she is also porcelain. She has on like little knickers and she has this to go around to give her dress the shape, but look at her, absolutely look at her. So again, she's porcelain, she's wearing this lovely beautiful crushed velvet dress, which I imagine is what Catherine Howard's feels like, although I don't know because she's in the cellophane, so I don't know what she feels like, but it's beautiful, and the way that it catches the light is amazing. Of course we have this lovely silver thread and silver trim. We have this beautiful skirt and the detail on it, the print, the chain that goes down. Her hands are also porcelain, and then of course she has this faux fur, I'm guessing it's faux fur, over her arms because the Tudor court would have been cold, they don't have central heating. Again, porcelain. I love the attention to detail, even the bust. So the bust is ever so slightly raised, like a bust is. And then her necklace, which I love that they've done the necklace correctly. Thank you. And then she of course has the traditional gable hood. Jane Seymour was a huge contrast to Anne Boleyn because Anne Boleyn took the French hood, that's what she preferred the French fashions, whereas Jane Seymour was traditional English fashions, which she is wearing. She's wearing traditional English fashions, and this includes a gable hood. I do have a question though. One of hers is down, the other is up. Is it meant to be like that? If anybody else has this, please let me know. Oh, dusty. She is beautiful, and I'm so pleased to have her. She is going to go on my shelf, so you will see her in all the videos there, and she really stands out because she's so bright. I love her so much. So much. I think she's wonderful. And again, she has her tag like the others do. She is number 31. Brenda Price 1990. They're all numbered, by the way, because there's like a limited edition to each one of these. But yes, absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comments what you think of her. Let me know if you think I'm mad to pay £50 for a doll that all I do is sit and stare at and then feel her dress every now and then because I'm a bit of a weirdo. But I love her. And it's really nice to have them in order. Oh, her bodice is so soft. Yes. Yeah, having her out makes me feel like I should get the others out there for cellophane just so I can feel like, feel if that is velvet, feel how heavy that one feels, like, and then the work that's gone into this one. I'd love to know, so yes. So there we have it. Meet Jane. She's going to live on my shelf. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the box, where that's going to go, because as I said, that won't fit, but here she is in her box. And yes, I love her very much, and I love these dolls very much. Will I collect any more? I don't know. I have 2 more to get. There is also Henry VIII in the collection. I don't want Henry. No. I have enough Henry on my shelf, and let's be honest, he's a turd on a stick, isn't he? And all the women are fabulous. So there we have it. That is it for my video all about my new doll that I'm adding to my Tudor Wives collection. So let me know what you think in the comments. I look forward to reading them. Take care for now, and I shall see you soon for my next Tudor Temper video. Thanks for watching. Bye.